We are pleased to introduce Lukas Tamm. He is a speaker of the Wednesday Symposium, Structures of Membrane Fusion. Thank you so much for joining us, Lukas.
Thank you for having me on Biophysical TV.
Talk to us about an overview of the symposium.
Yes, so this symposium deals with structures of membrane fusion, and this is a very important process in many aspects of life. Sperm and egg cells meet and fuse to form a fertilized egg at the beginning of every living organism. Many viruses enter cells like flu, HIV, Ebola virus enter cells by a membrane fusion process. Intracellular vesicles are trafficking in cells and merge with each other by membrane fusion. Synaptic neurotransmitter release happens within milliseconds by a process involving membrane fusion, and so this process was considered so important that it was recently honored last December with the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine to Jim Rothman, Randy Schekman, and Tom Süthoff.
That's wonderful, Lukas. Obviously you talked about the importance, but what specifically will you be talking about?
So these fusion processes are all catalyzed by highly exquisitely regulated protein machines. In the case of neurotransmitter release and intracellular vesicle fusion, these proteins are called snares. And these snares work like little zip codes that address or send their cargo to the proper target membranes, and then zipper together to merge, make these two membranes merge. And we have studied this process, these tiny molecular machines, in quite some detail, the folding and zippering together of these machines in quite some detail, using mostly NMR spectroscopy and single molecule fluorescence as our main techniques.
So at the end of the symposium, what do you hope the audience will gain, or the takeaways after leaving the symposium, listening to you and the other speakers?
Yes, there are many common themes and parallels between the virus and the snare fusion machines that I just described. So the other speakers are actually talking about various virus fusion machines and how these tiny machines really work on membranes and use their energy to deform these membranes and stitch these membranes together. And so I hope that people will take away that this is a highly regulated and complex process requiring energy coupling between the proteins and the membranes, and that these processes are actually quite related to numerous infectious and neurological diseases.
So interesting and intriguing. Thank you so much for joining us, Lukas.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you.